So we have some work to do. Now, I suggest you grab a paper, a pen, some coffee, snuggle up because now it is time to get busy. 2025 is just about here, or maybe you're watching this video a little bit later and 2025 is here and you are finally ready to get your financial life in order. Today, we're going to be setting up our 2025 financial plan, looking into what you need to do, all of the steps you need to take to begin your financial plan for 2025 and beyond. Hi everyone, this is Camilla, the Focus Spender, and welcome to my channel where I teach you how to get out of debt, save more money, and invest so that you can build wealth and leave a lasting legacy. So 2025 is upon us and it's time to get serious about our money. Now, in order to get serious about our money, we have to get serious about our plans. In my day job, I work with nonprofits and schools, and these organizations are anywhere between $10 to $15 million organizations. We don't start budget season a week before the new year starts and say, okay, we're just gonna take this $12 million that the organization has and we're gonna just do a plan. That is not gonna work. It normally takes us months to do a good budget for the year. It includes meeting with a lot of people, doing a lot of research as to how money had been spent the year prior. And I want to say that this is something that you should be doing for yourself. Now, we don't have months and months and months to plan out our budget for the next year, but you have some time now to sit, settle, and do your budgeting. You don't want to just come into a budget and just say, I'm just not going to spend any money. That is not a budget. That's just not spending money. You want to create a plan. You want to have a vision as to what you want your life to look like, and then take that vision and make your plan. Now, there are a few steps that you need to take in order to create that plan, and we're going to go through them step by step. The first thing you're going to have to do is take a look back into what happened with your finances in the year 2024. So that means, where did you spend your money? How did you spend your money? I feel like a lot of times people run away from looking at how they spent their money because they get scared, they get embarrassed as to the fact that they spent way more than they planned on. So they kind of want to just bury their heads in the sand and act like it just didn't exist. But you really do need to see where you spent your money, because that will give you some clarity as to where your priorities are. You might be like, oh my God, I can't believe I spent so much money on eating out. The easy way to do that is to look at your credit card or your debit card. A lot of banks are doing categorizations automatically of your spending, and so you can see where your money went. Did you spend a lot of money on travel? Did you spend a lot of money on food? Did you spend a lot of money on personal care? Where did you spend your money? Jot that down, and the average spending for the year. So the next thing you're going to do is look at your subscriptions that you currently have. So I'm thinking streaming, memberships, whatever those monthly subscriptions that you pay for, look at those subscriptions and see which ones do you actually use and which ones have you not touched in the last 3 to 6 months. If you have any that you have not been touching, those are the ones that you're going to want to cut. So see what you actually want to keep and see which ones you want to cut. Get rid of the ones that you need to cut. The next thing you're going to do is look at those one-time purchases that you've made that have annual recurring fees. For instance, I used to use the Calm app, and every year I would say, okay, I'm going to cancel the Calm app this year because I'm really not using it. I would always get charged before I had time to cancel it, and by the time I would see it in my email or on my receipt, it was way too late to cancel the charge. So you want to spend time looking at your transactions, go through your phone, go through your app history, see which apps that you have that are on an annual basis, and if you don't want it, cut it now. Cut it now, because normally what will happen is that they'll still allow you to use it for the remainder of your 12-month cycle, and so that way you don't have to worry about it being charged to you again. So before I go any further, do me a favor and just hit the like button if you like what you're hearing so far. This will help the video reach more people that are like-minded and want to do more with their finances. The next thing you're going to do is look at your savings accounts to see, did you grow your savings accounts this year? Did you dip below what your savings was last year? Just to see what progress you made or did not make in your savings. And then you're going to do the same thing with your investment accounts. Did you grow your investment accounts? Did they remain stagnant? Did the investments that you have perform well, or did they not perform well? So all of this, looking back, is just a data gathering, fact finding mission to see what worked, what did not work, where you want to make changes for the new year. So now that your look back has been completed, now you're going to do a look forward. Hey friends, do you wish you learned more about money as a kid? Well, my new book, Little Focus Spender, is designed so that you can start having those conversations with kids at an early age. This book, inspired by my grandmother's immigrant journey to America and building a new life, will teach kids about saving money, spending wisely, and working hard towards building their dreams. Whether you're a parent, teacher, or someone that just loves inspiring kids, this book, Little Focus Spender, is a must-have. It debuted #1 in its opening week on Amazon in the children's and money category. Order your copy today from Amazon by clicking on the link in the description box below, and let's start building smart money habits for the next generation. So in your look forward, you're going to start thinking about all of the things that you want for the new year. You're going to be thinking about the goals that you have. Like maybe you have long-term goals and you need to start breaking those long-term goals into annual goals. So a long-term goal could be you need to buy a new car, or you need to start saving for a house. Whatever those long-term goals are, start thinking about them and thinking about, if I want to buy a new car in 2 years and I think that car is going to cost me $30,000 and I want to, buy the whole thing cash, that means I have to save $15,000 next year. Or maybe I want to go on vacation next year, and so I know the vacation is going to cost me about $1,000. I need to start saving for that vacation now. Start thinking through what are the things that you really want to do for next year. But then also think about those obligations that you have for next year. So I know personally I'm going to be going to a wedding in July. So I want to start thinking about, okay, I'm going to have to travel for that wedding. I'm going to have to buy a gift for the bride and groom. I'm going to have to get an outfit, do my hair, X, Y, Z. So I need to start saving for that large expense. Maybe you have kids and you need to send your kids to summer camp. And summer camp can be quite expensive. You may not be paying for summer camp in December or January, but you need to have a certain amount of money to make sure you can afford it when the time comes. So start thinking about those things that need to happen right now, jot it down. So using that information, that's gonna drive your savings goals. You're gonna be setting up different accounts to make sure that you're saving for these goals, but that information that you just gathered will help you with setting up your savings for the upcoming year. And then lastly, looking at your look forward is just thinking about where you are with your investments. Are you on the right track to retire in a timely manner? Are your investments growing? Where do you want to invest your money next? So start thinking about that and jot that down. So now that you've done your look back and you've done your look forward, the next thing to do is to actually start planning out your budget and your cash for the year. So you're planning out your budget, that'll be your monthly budget going forward, but then in cash flow management, you need to plot out when you're going to be spending a lot more money. So I do have a tool on my website for sale. You can buy my 12-month budget and cash flow planner, which will allow you to put in your 12-month budget and then plan it out for the year so you can see exactly how you're going to be doing and where you need to make adjustments. So let's look at that tool right now. So here's my 12-month budget and cash flow. So I do have some fake data just so that you can get a better picture of what it actually looks like. Okay, so in this first section at the top, this is our summary section that shows our beginning balance, where we're starting out in January, the income that we're expecting, our savings targets for the year, our fixed expenses, and our variable expenses. And this line right here shows our ending balance, where we project we're going to end the year. And as you can see here, this fictional person is starting off the year strong, but then as you can see, they're starting to slide down, where if they continue spending the way they are spending, by August, they're going to be in the negative. They're going to be running out of money. So this is like someone that started out fine, but now they're living paycheck to paycheck, and now their paycheck is not even going to supplement what they're going to need for the year. So you can see here in this little chart where it shows cash flow by month, it shows you like where they're going well and how they're falling. So the turquoise line is the beginning balance, and then the purple line is the ending balance. Now let's look a little bit further to see how this person is doing. So if this is yours, this is how you would be plotting it out. So they have their annual pay for the year. So they make $58.33 per month. So that's about $2,500 a paycheck, pretty average. And so this is their annual budget for the year. Then they have put in their 401k investing, they put in their IRA investing, and their regular investments for the year. Down below, they have their fixed expenses. I did not put in a whole host of expenses. This is just more so you can get understanding of what to do. They have their rent, their car note, their insurance. And then down below, this is where they put in their groceries, takeout, beauty, personal care, and then they have a planned out vacation in the month of April, and then they have $3,000 worth of medical expenses in the month of August. This can really help you determine how you're going to be spending your money throughout the year and where you need to make cuts. So I'm looking at my budget and I say, all right, what adjustments can I make? I probably can't make too many adjustments to my medical, but I can make adjustments to my vacation. I'm not going to spend $2,000. I'm going to spend $1,200 on the vacation. So now I'm positive. I have positive cash flow for the whole year. I can also look to say in November, I can start saving a little bit more, or I can adjust my 401k. Or maybe I say my beauty care, I'm going to spend a little bit less money. This will be $150, and I'll spend a little bit more for the holidays. So this is just a brief overview of like how you can take your budget and stretch it over the 12-month period. So that way you can really plot out and plan where your money is going to be going for the year and making sure that you're never going to be negative for the year. So now that you've set up your budget and 12-month cash flow, the next thing you're going to want to do is set up your recurring investments and your recurring savings. So you know exactly how much you're going to be saving every single month and how much you're going to be investing every single month. So now you can set up your recurring savings and investments for the month. So that way you don't have to worry about forgetting to invest, forgetting to save. You're doing it in such a manner that allows you to have positive cash flow throughout the year because you're already planning out when you're going to be spending more money and when you're going to be spending less money. And now that you set everything up, the last thing you're going to do is plan out time throughout the year to make sure that you do maintenance on these accounts. You're going to be checking in on a recurring basis. Every month is not going to be perfect. Just because you've planned things to happen a certain way does not mean it's going to happen a certain way. So this way you're going to use this information, use this spreadsheet as a guideline to help you figure out what you're going to change for the month. Now, if you want to purchase this spreadsheet, you can click on the link in my description box below. It'll take you directly to my website where you can purchase this 12-month budget and cash flow, or you can do it as a bundle for $12 with my budget tracker, my 12-month budget and cash flow, and a net worth analyzer, so you can get an even bigger picture of how you're doing financially. If you weren't able to jot down all of the questions that I asked today to help you set up your financial plan, be sure to download my guide that is linked in the description box below. It'll have all the questions that I asked with a little space so that you can jot down your answers, and that way you can use it as a guide to create your budget for the upcoming year. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the description box below. Please share this video with your friends and family so that they can level up their finances as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks. Bye-bye.